Waiting feels like losing. Not like patience, not like wisdom, like defeat in slow motion. You built something, you tried, you became someone, and the world simply did not answer. So you filled the silence with movement, another version of the plan, another pivot, another attempt to compress the timeline before the window closes. Because waiting looks like nothing, and nothing looks like failure. In 1849, Søren Kierkegaard sat in Copenhagen and wrote that the most common form of despair is not being who you are. He was 36. He had been writing for over a decade, mostly ignored, often mocked, publishing under names that were not even his own. He would die 6 years later, never knowing the next century would call him the father of existentialism. The insect beneath his feet did not share his panic. You are treating time like a race. You are treating silence like a verdict. But the ground beneath you is full of things that understand a quiet truth. Real arrival requires total invisibility first. There is an insect in the soil beneath your feet right now that has not seen the sun in 17 years. It is the periodical cicada, Cicada, one of the most precisely timed creatures on Earth. It does not emerge every spring. It does not emerge when conditions feel convenient. It arrives on a fixed schedule, 13 or 17 years, prime numbers, intervals no predator's cycle can ever line up against. And those years underground are not empty. The cicada is not frozen. It is not dormant in the way we use that word. It feeds on fluid drawn from tree roots, a thin, nutrient-poor source that demands constant, patient extraction. It moves through 5 distinct stages of growth. It reads the temperature of the soil with instruments we still do not fully understand, sensing the exact moment the Earth holds 64 degrees at 8 inches of depth. Not warm enough. Exactly 64. Exactly 8 inches. Then, in a single season, billions climb out at once, synchronized to the hour. And once it reaches the light, the cicada has only a few weeks left to live. Not because it was late, because the timing was the entire point. What does it know about waiting that you forgot? Lesson 1. Underground is not absence. The cicada spends 99% of its life below the surface. In human terms, we would call that nothing. We cannot see it. It does not post. It does not trend. It does not signal. But underground is where everything is built. The nymph is feeding, growing, molting, reorganizing its entire body for a moment it has never witnessed. Above ground there is silence. Below ground there is formation. Humans are terrible at this. You want proof before the proof exists. You check the numbers before the work has roots. You check the mirror before the body has changed. You check the audience before the voice is even true. And when the surface gives you nothing, you decide the underground betrayed you. But some progress was never meant to be visible while it happens. Can you keep growing when no one can see it? Lesson 2. Timing is not speed. A cicada that climbs out in year 12 is not ambitious. It is exposed. A cicada that waits until year 17 is not lazy. It is aligned. Speed feels powerful because it gives your anxiety something to do. You move, switch, announce, abandon, restart, and call the motion progress. But motion is not timing. Timing waits for the right condition, not the loudest emotion. Seneca understood this from the worst seat in the house. Exiled to the island of Corsica, stripped of Rome, of influence, of everything he had built, he spent 8 years removed from the world. He called it the most productive period of his life, and he left behind 2 words that outlived the empire that banished him: withdraw into yourself. That was not advice about meditation. It was the only direction left when the world stops cooperating. The cicada has no word for exile. Its entire underground life is the withdrawal, and the withdrawal is not the opposite of the emergence. It is the cause of it. You thought the years underground were the cost. They were the preparation. Lesson 3. Prime numbers do not negotiate. You keep optimizing for flexibility. The cicada chose 17, not 15, not 20. 17, a prime number, sharing no common factor with any predator's cycle, a number the world cannot time itself against. The cicada did not reach 17 by staying open to adjustment. It reached 17 by committing to something so exact that nothing could ever synchronize an attack against it. Flexibility sounds like wisdom, but some windows open only once, and they open to the one who chose a number and held it. Lesson 4. You cannot skip the shell. To fly, the cicada must split its own back open and crawl out of the armor that kept it alive in the dark. It is a brutal, defenseless extraction. If it tries to rise while still wearing the old skin, it suffocates inside it. You are trying to reach your future while gripping the identity that protected you underground. Drop the shell. Lesson 5. Synchrony is the strategy. A single cicada is easy to eat. A billion cicadas break the math. When the brood emerges, it does not arrive scattered and alone. It arrives all at once, in numbers so overwhelming that predators eat their fill and barely make a dent. Survival becomes statistical. The strategy is not speed, not camouflage, not strength. The strategy is arriving together, exactly when the moment is right. You have been taught that waiting is lonely. Sometimes it is, but sometimes the others are underground too, quietly becoming impossible to ignore. Not visible yet, not counted yet. Then the season turns, and what looked like scattered private delay becomes one collective arrival. The dark was not a delay. It was training. The dirt was never your grave. It was your womb. The cicada and the human are fighting the same wound from opposite ends. The cicada trusts its timing without ever needing applause. You keep begging applause to tell you whether your timing is even valid. That is why waiting hurts. Not because nothing is happening, but because nothing visible is happening. But look closer, and a harder question rises out of the soil. This creature carries the knowledge of prime numbers, the patience of decades, the ability to measure temperature to a single degree, 8 inches underground, the strategy of synchrony, and the discipline to end its life at the exact moment it was meant to. When you see something this precise, this specific, this irreducibly correct in its construction, does it honestly feel like an accident? If there is design, there is a designer. And if there is a designer, then your own time underground is not a punishment. It is preparation. You are being kept below because the season you were built for has not yet arrived. What are you refusing to trust while you wait? The shell the cicada leaves behind is called an exuvia, an empty husk, perfect in shape, still clinging to the bark. Every detail intact, the legs, the eyes, the joints, except the thing that was alive inside it. That is what 17 years looks like when they are finished. A form that held everything, shed cleanly, left behind without apology. You do not have to emerge loudly. You do not have to emerge early. You do not owe anyone an explanation of what you were doing in the dark. The cicada never does. It simply comes up when it is time, and when it does, the whole forest knows. Until then, drink from the roots.